Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the top 5 best pour-over coffee makers. Starting at number 5. Clever Coffee Dripper. The Clever Coffee Dripper technically isn't a pour-over coffee maker. Instead, it's a mix of immersion brewing and filter coffee. However, for all intents and purposes it is the same, so that's why we have included it on the list. Plus, it's a pretty great device. The way it works is that you pour all the water in at once. There is an easy shut-off valve that holds your coffee until the brewing process is finished. Once you place the dripper on top of your range server, the valve releases the beverage. This model seamlessly pairs the functionality of a French press with the convenience that comes with a coffee dripper for a full-bodied smooth taste. For more information and latest price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. At number 4. Pour-over coffee dripper. You might think that this is just yet another V60 knockoff. That was my first thought as well. But I decided to give the flower dripper a chance since Cafec also happens to be the brand behind another very cool product. It's a well-known fact that the quality of Hario's paper filters started to go downhill a few years ago. Cafec, a new coffee company from Japan, stepped in and launched a cone-shaped filter made with the game-changing Abaca material instead. It quickly became a favorite in the specialty coffee community. For that reason, I decided to try the company's dripper. At first, I wasn't sure if there were any distinct differences between this and the trusty old V60. However, over a couple of days, I ran head-to-head tests simultaneously, and it turned out that the flower dripper has a slightly better balance and integration of mouthfeel and aftertaste compared to the original. It doesn't necessarily mean that the flower is a better brewer, though. If you're already an experienced pour-over barista using mainly light roast single origin, I think this would be an appealing option for you. However, if you're a newbie, mostly brewing medium to dark roasts, you should stick with the V60. Halfway of my listed number 3. Tetra Portable Coffee Drip. I adore this dripper by the Japanese brand Munich. It's created specifically for the traveling or outdoorsy coffee lover. When you disassemble the 3 parts, it takes up almost no space, and the weight is around the same as a regular toothbrush. Even though this pour-over cone is meant for travel, it still produces an excellent cup. It extracts more flavor than the Hario V60, so the flavor profile tends to be full-bodied yet fruity. It uses the cone-shaped filters like the Hario V60 and Cafec flower, so the two models do have a bit in common flavor-wise. The Tetra Drip is also available in a cheaper and even lighter plastic version. If you travel a lot and want to have great coffee on the road, get this dripper. If you solely want something for home use, I'd probably go with one of the more traditional models. Coming in at number 2. Hario V60 Ceramic. The Hario coffee dripper is the undisputed king of manual drip coffee. And for a good reason. The flavor is rich and nuanced at the same time, with just the right amount of acidity. I recommend it to all beginners since it's easy to find recipes and instructions specifically for this model online. The V60 gives you full control over how your coffee ends up by letting you manipulate brew time, water flow, and the water temperature. This control means you can end up with the perfect cup of coffee. But remember that you need a gooseneck kettle to get the full benefits. It has a ridged vortex shape that is designed to stop the paper filter from sticking to the side of the cone while you're brewing. This feature ensures that the grounds get extracted the right way every time. Because of the shape, it is sometimes called a pour-over coffee cone. You can get the V60 in either ceramic, glass, metal, or plastic, and it comes in several different colors. The material doesn't really matter, and many elite baristas prefer the plastic model. However, if you like something more premium, then consider copper or ceramic. The V60 has a sleek design that is convenient, and it is easy to store. Additionally, it comes in 3 different sizes. Most people prefer the medium-sized one, intuitively named number 02. If you want to brew world-class filter coffee, you have to consider the Hario V60. This pour-over coffee dripper has been favored by a majority of the recent world champions for a good reason. And number 1. Kolita Wave Series 185. The Kolita Wave was the first model to challenge the dominance of the Hario V60. The Wave is named after the special shape of the filter. The idea is that the filter shelters the brew bed from the cone and thus creates a more stable brew temperature as well as an evenly extracted brew bed. Compared to its rival, the Wave is often praised for being more newbie-friendly. The 3 small holes in the bottom make it more forgiving when it comes to technique, or at least that's the idea. Personally, I think it's actually more difficult to use than the Presto V60. The Wave is better suited for advanced home baristas, if you ask me. The stainless steel version is the most common one, but I don't recommend it since the filter has a tendency to get clogged and therefore slowing down the drip rate. Read more about that issue here. Especially, the bigger steel version named 185 suffers from this issue. Instead, I'd opt for the ceramic version which has a much more consistent flow rate. The glass model also brews great coffee, but it's very fragile. If you're just a little bit clumsy, like most of us are in a caffeine-deprived early morning state, then go for the ceramic one. The Kolita Wave is an excellent hand coffee dripper, just make sure to avoid the big stainless steel version, which suffers from a design flaw. Also, in spite of its reputation, I think the Kolita Wave is less beginner-friendly than the Presto V60. Jump to the bottom of this article to see an in-depth explanation. That being said, it's still a great device that I often use myself. However, I don't recommend it for people who aren't serious about specialty coffee. Make sure to check out my Kolita Wave recipe here. For more information and latest price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you found